Hi, I'm Antonio Sala, and in this video we are going to start with a concrete MATLAB example on the sort of low-level measurement process with the overall goal of comparing discrete time signal processing versus continuous time optimal filtering. We'll use Kalman filters. We'll split the discussion in two videos. The first one, this one, will quickly review the basic ideas on the measurement and data acquisition process, noise filtering, that we discussed in another video with greater detail, and it will present our example process. So we'll discuss its state space representation, discretization, simulation, noise variances, and the like. In this way, everything will be paved out so that we concentrate on the Kalman filters and their accuracy in the second video. So, if we recall, the basic setup of measurement and data acquisition can be viewed from an abstract point of view as having a signal as a voltage source contaminated with some high frequency, let's say, measurement noise that some electronics in my data acquisition hardware must filter. One option can be doing the optimal analog continuous time filter, Kalman and Wiener filtering stuff. Well, we are thinking in only causal versions for control-related applications, at least in my case, so that filtered stuff can be fed to my digital world, or well, even to analog control. That was the only option 80 years ago, let's say, but that optimal filter needs to be tuned for the particular power spectral densities of signal and noise. So another view of the idea is that if the electronics here is fast, then we can assume that during TS, the conversion time, my signal to be acquired is constant. And so if my assumptions are that I have a constant corrupted with a very high frequency noise, white noise ideally, then the optimal estimate is an average for as long as possible. But okay, that cannot be so long because physical signals will end up not being constant, so the idea would be having a continuous time analog world with my signal and noise, and then my probe will have some sampling and holding and resetting electronics, whatever, and something close to the finite time averaging for a short, say, acquisition sampling period. And then after my analog to digital conversion, I will have a discrete time Kalman filter, let's say, and hopefully all of this will be close to the continuous time optimal Kalman filter in performance, but with the advantage that instead of changing the electronics, the number of capacitors, amplifiers, whatever inside here, my data acquisition electronics is fixed. It's the same electronics for all my applications. And then I just change the software at the digital signal processing side. So doing a numerical example of all this is the goal of this video and next one. Then, once we review this preliminary idea, let us present the process in which we will base our example. And it will be a second order continuous time one, which in transfer function form will be a standard second order with complex poles like this. Omega n is the natural frequency and chi is the damping factor, and it will be subject to a process noise, which will assume white noise with some power spectral density, capital V process. And then I will get some position here, but we'll also have some white measurement noise coming from thermal interference, whatever stuff that needs to be filtered. And as we will use Kalman filter, we need a state space representation, frequency domain or autocorrelation Wiener filter. We may work with this, but we will work in our case with a fictitious mechanical system, say a mass spring damper, so that I will have this state space representation in which the derivative of the position will be the velocity and zero noise effect because it's a definition from physics, and the derivative of the velocity will be minus omega n squared minus 2 chi omega n. This is the sort of deterministic part, and then we'll have a random force, which will be this W process. That, okay, lowercase will refer to signals, and uppercase will refer to power spectral density. Of course, I mean, a stochastic differential equation will have dt here and here infinitesimal increment of Brownian motion, whatever, but okay, from an engineering sense, it's just a mechanical system with random forces, let's say. Well, the thing is that this will be our process for which we wish to get a clean estimate of the position. Well, in fact, Kalman filter will give us for free also the cleanest optimal estimate of also velocity, the whole state. Then this matrix will be called A reduced, and this will be called G reduced. So with numerical values of natural frequency and damping coefficient, I will get this G reduced, and well, A reduced has complex poles, so it will be, you know, if we were handling a deterministic stuff, this will be an oscillatory step response, let's say, and the output will be the first state, the position, and this is the transfer function representation we are not going to use. So let's insert the idealized measurement device in our equation, and my measurement device will be a finite time averaging, and we will try to sort which is the optimal value, let's say, for that averaging acquisition time. And in actual practice, let's say, we will need to reset the internal states of that data acquisition, of that integrator, to zero before connecting it to the physical world and stealing some microwatts to charge something inside. So sampling, resetting, holding, whatever is needed, but it's out of our abstraction from a theoretical sense. And in fact, instead of having this finite time integrator, we will add in our model just the integrator. We will have an integrator state that will just accumulate the output. Well, as that will have infinite variance, we'll stabilize it. More on that in a minute. But the thing is that ideally, if I have an integrator that integrates from the beginning of the universe up to now, then the finite time integral is just the difference between integrator state at the end of the integration period minus the integrator state at the beginning of the integration period. So in our equations, we will represent that thing, even if real electronics will need to handle resetting and connecting and disconnecting with the physical world, okay? But that's electronics, that's not stochastic process and digital signal processing theory. So let us add that thing into my equations. So instead of having this, we will have an augmented system in which my integrator state will be named Q, and then matrices must change. Basically, saying that the derivative of the integrator state will be the position, because I will do finite time averaging of the position I wish to measure, let's say. And, well, the derivative of the position and the velocity, this is physics, so it does not depend on the integrator state. And also, regarding the noise, the derivative of the integrator state will not depend on the random forces, but it will be contaminated with some measurement noise, which I will call lowercase v, which is the one I wish to filter. So this will be the big A and the big G matrices that I will need to type into MATLAB, but also for numerical reasons, in order to get a finite variance of the integrator state Q, because as it's written now, this is an unstable system, so its variance will tend to infinity. I will substitute this 0 by some very small pole, -2 times 10 to the -5. So, well, this will not be an integrator, but okay, it will act like that until we reach time intervals in the order of the inverse of the pole. When we reach tens of thousands of seconds, then these dynamics will be very different from an integrator. But if we are discussing with milliseconds and microseconds, then this pole is basically undistinguishable from an integrator, but in this way I will get some variances to be finite, so my MATLAB code will be easier, even if from a theoretical point of view you should put here 0 and compute the relevant optimal filters, whatever, with a pure integrator, but okay, details on that are not my business here. So this will be my process with the integrator state, and then this will be my augmented A that appears here, and my augmented G that appears here, and I will define a system with integrating sensor as this state space object from the control system toolbox. And now the power spectral density of this augmented process noise will be a diagonal matrix with the process noise power spectral density factor and the measurement noise power spectral density constant at all frequencies, white noise. And then this is the code for it. I just invented this process and sensor noise power spectral density parameters. You can download the code and put anything else to get your own feeling about what we're doing. So the thing is that now we'll finish this preliminary video by simulating this process and plotting a realization like this one, or this one, or this one. Of course, it's impossible to do it in continuous time, so we need to discretize, and then we will carry out our computation, let's say for a 200 microsecond acquisition time. So this discretization will have the following expression. My state at the next sample will be some A discrete times the state at this sample plus some lowercase w disturbance extracted from a multivariate normal of 0 mean and covariance W discrete. This will be the discretization, and then AD is the matrix exponential of the continuous time A times the sampling period, And the variance accumulation in a sampling period is the integral of this highlighted expression. Exponential of the matrix to the left and exponential of the matrix to the right transposed. And in the middle we have the continuous time power spectral density at each state, in the sense that, okay, if this is the signal and multiply by this matrix, then G, then this thing is the power spectral density and the covariance between white noises affecting at each state. This is a 3x3 matrix. That with the suitable exponential at the left and at the right and integrated for a sampling time gets me, when I substitute the actual sampling period, acquisition, averaging period, then I get this covariance matrix, which is the covariance of this discrete time disturbance. And in fact, for very small sampling times, all of these integrals and whatever will end up being very similar to just the continuous time power spectral density parameter times the sampling period. Indeed, if we evaluate this, then we get these numbers, and as you can see, the whole integral stuff and whatever, well, gets me basically the same if you pause and inspect, because 200 microseconds as a sampling time is extremely small compared to the time constants of the second order physical system we are trying to measure. But the thing is that this integral stuff is exact whatever the sampling period is, and this is only valid for extremely small sampling period values. And well, this is the so-called Euler-Maruyama approximation for simulations of continuous time processes via discretization. But if the process is linear, then we can get these integrals of exponentials to be exact. Details, of course, are not in the scope of this video, so basically once we have the discretization, let us simulate what will happen during 60 seconds. So I will just throw the multivariable normal random dice with zero mean and this covariance matrix. I am throwing this dice here for several 100,000 samples, and then this thing will define the augmented system plus the identity 3 input matrix in here, in this blue rectangle. So LSIM will simulate that to this noise, and we will plot the output. So these are the simulations of the position that we will try to measure with my electronics, assuming that the analog side will be corrupted by a high bandwidth white measurement noise I need to filter. But of course, in order to be concise and get up to the point in the next video, we will finish this presentation of the case study and this preliminary description of my process and its discretization we have seen here, and then we will pause here, and the actual digital and analog filtering will be dealt with in next video. So we end here. Thanks for watching.